Yo, what's up with the YouTube? It's your boy Bandman937. We back in the building with another banger. I need everybody to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out a lot. We got more updates on my boy T Grizzley. We're going to tune in and see what it's talking about, man. Let's go.
The rumors that T Grizzley paid for his aunt/manager to be killed started off as a simple conspiracy. It's now escalated to the point where the murder suspect defense is in court saying that T Grizzley paid for the hit.
God damn. Yo, man, I'm making this content, but I'm gonna be real. I fuck with T Grizzley, man. I don't want none of this shit to be true, man. This is fucked up, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Get y'all's blunt ready. It's time to lock in, man.
A quick recap just to make sure everybody is caught up on this situation. And if you're not caught up and didn't watch the other two videos, you could go to the T Grizzley playlist to get caught up. But
if you did not watch the video, go on my profile, and I got the first video. It'll let you know everything that you need to know about the case, man.
T Grizzley auntie Jobina Brown was shot and killed in 2019.
Sad to have to report this, but Jobina J.B. Brown, the manager and aunt of T Grizzley, was shot and killed in Detroit on Tuesday night, August 20th. Comments about her death began surfacing Wednesday, August 21st on social media before her passing was confirmed by TMZ. According to law enforcement sources, a shooter opened fire on Grizzley's Cadillac Escalade while the vehicle was traveling around Detroit. The gunman allegedly approached on foot and shot Brown, who was sitting in the back seat in her left side. Grizzley was reportedly riding in the passenger seat and got out of the vehicle as the shooter approached. The driver said the attacker fired 3 or 4 shots and noted that Brown screamed before the gunfire began. Brown was rushed to a local hospital but died from her wounds. She was 41 years old. Police don't know if Grizzley was the intended target of the attack. He and the driver were unharmed.
Let's continue the brief recap before we get into the new details, because it's crazy. It left me stunned. So if you watched my last video, you know that T Grizzley did an interview. During this interview, T Grizzley detailed exactly what took place moments before the shootout. T Grizzley and Jobina was riding around in their Chrysler 300 with a driver. They had to make a stop before getting to their destination. They stopped at T Grizzley's family house from his daddy's side. When they stopped there, T Grizzley got out from the back driver's side.
Right.
Jobina was sitting in the back passenger side. When T Grizzley got out and walked to the porch, gunmen came, opened up the back passenger side, shot into the vehicle, and killed Jobina.
Damn.
T Grizzley says the shooters were looking for him, and that's why they opened up the back passenger side, because they thought that's where he was sitting.
Still breathing and everything.
See, but the thing is if y'all open up the back door because that's where y'all knew he was sitting, y'all open up the door and seen it wasn't him. That's the whole thing that it is with me. Y'all open up the door and seen that he wasn't there, and y'all still start shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Called me.
She called you?
While she was shot, she called
What'd she
me.
say?
I was trying to talk to her. I didn't hear what she was saying.
Oh.
She couldn't really form no words.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, coming for me because they opened my door.
Okay.
And was shooting in the car. They hit her 8 times, though.
Damn.
And you have no idea where this came from?
No, I ain't got no idea where it came from. But it ain't even matter where it came from. Who I felt like everybody was a suspect. I feel like everybody was a suspect.
T Grizzley was correct. Everybody was a suspect. But we'll get to that later and exactly what that means. But let's continue the brief recap. Wu Thing, a.k.a. Wu 600, was arrested for the murder of T Grizzley's aunt. Now, Wu Thing, a.k.a. Wu 600, is from 600. He's T Grizzley's associate, and he's Buka 600 associate, who was the groomsman in T Grizzley's wedding. After Wu 600 was arrested for the murder of T Grizzley's aunt, that T Grizzley believed was targeted for him, T Grizzley continued to hang out with 600 members like Buka 600. Wu Thing was initially arrested for the murder because he was pulled over in Chicago while sitting in an alleyway in a stolen vehicle, as well as being in possession of a firearm. The stolen vehicle that he was sitting in the alleyway was actually the getaway vehicle used in the murder of T Grizzley's aunt. And the firearm, after ballistics was done, was the same firearm used in the murder of T Grizzley's auntie. And the cell phone towers confirmed that Wu Thing was actually at the location for 2 hours before T Grizzley and his aunt got there. Why was you hiding out at that location with the murder vehicle and the murder weapon? Obviously, you are involved in the murder. But it also opened up more room for suspicion for T Grizzley. If this was a stop that was out the blue, it was a stop that came up while y'all was in the vehicle, and you just made an emergency stop somewhere to grab something, then how did the shooters know to be at that location for 2 hours? It didn't make sense whatsoever. And if they were at their location for 2 hours and they seen you get out, then why would they open up the vehicle and kill your aunt if they were looking for you? It made zero sense whatsoever. And it didn't make sense to the police either. The police chief wasn't buying T Grizzly's story either. My sources told me, and when I say sources, understand this when I tell you this. I'm not talking about hearsay. I'm not talking about associates. I'm talking, everything I tell you, they've been in the room when it happened.
God damn, Flacco. That nigga. The only source you can have, nigga, is the police at this point, nigga. Damn.
I'm not talking about, hey, yo, I heard this. Hey, yo, Pookie told me. No, I'm talking about when I tell you something in this video, understand. The person I heard it from was in the room when it happened.
Okay.
The person that told me is connected directly to the situation.
Nigga, god damn.
I was told the police chief looked T Grizzly in his eyes and told him, I know you involved somehow. I'm going to get down to the bottom of this.
Damn.
The police chief thought this. The police chief thought that T Grizzly was involved somehow. They just couldn't prove it. They just couldn't connect the dots because people wasn't talking. Whoever this Wu-Thing guy is, he been quiet. That's until he went to that courtroom today. That's until he went to that courtroom.
Hey, yo, he bit the cheese, man. He bit the cheese, y'all. That's what the fuck it sounds like, man. The nigga bit the cheese, man. He went to that courtroom and they start talking about all them years. That nigga bit the cheese, man.
Oh, and we're going to talk about what happened in that courtroom. It's not looking good for T Grizzly, what took place in that courtroom.
Damn.
But the police chief told T Grizzly, we know you involved somehow.
That's fucked up.
Now, you could say the police chief is salty. They got something against T Grizzly. They got a vendetta against T Grizzly. Okay, you can probably go with that. But when the police chief is telling T Grizzly that to his face, and he's telling Jobina Brown's family to their face, hey, we know something is up. The police chief told Jobina Brown's sister and Jobina Brown's mother that they believe that T Grizzly is involved somehow. Now, T Grizzly became a suspect almost initially because the police chief discovered, so T Grizzly's uncle was married to Jobina Brown. The uncle went to jail 3 months before her death. Within those 3 months, T Grizzly began an intimate relationship with Jobina Brown. Police chief looked at that and thought, wait, that's messy.
Right.
That could obviously lead to something.
Right.
But that's before they began to put the puzzle together. T Grizzly and Jobina never fully admitted that they were intimate, but I was told that family members began to figure it out fairly quickly and it was starting to get around. Could T Grizzly maybe have gone the extreme to cover it up? Maybe. Now, the rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant at the time of her death is false. But where those rumors came from makes things so much worse for T Grizzly. The rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant came from court, and it wasn't a prosecution who put that theory out there.
The fuck?
It was the defense. It was Wu-Thing's defense attorney. You see, Wu-Thing is the murder suspect in this trial. Whatever his defense attorney say came from Wu-Thing. See, street dudes is finding creative ways to tell nowadays. They telling through their lawyers, right? They won't get their butt up on that particular stand and point their hand and tell it all, but they gonna tell through their lawyer. The defense attorney, who is responsible for getting Wu-Thing off, he came to court and he says, listen, obviously, T Grizzly put the hit out on Jobina Brown.
Damn.
He said that transcripts would prove it. And he also said that he did it because Jobina Brown was pregnant. Now, the prosecution understands that the prosecutors themselves could probably believe that T Grizzly is guilty, but right now, they're trying to prosecute Wu-Thing. So they brought the autopsy person or somebody, an expert, to testify that Jobina Brown was not pregnant. T Grizzly is a smart man, so he already understands that if the defense attorney is in court saying that you were the one who put the hit on your auntie, That came from the murder suspect. That came from the shooters.
Right.
That means the shooters is already talking.
Right.
That means the shooters is already giving information to their attorneys.
Right.
And they're trying to use that to get him off. It's not looking good for you, man. And all that tells me, to be honest, is that the shooters believed the aunt was pregnant. They probably heard, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're taking her out. They probably was under the impression, yo, we gotta, you feel me, take her out because she's pregnant. And if that's the case, then maybe if T Grizzley is involved, then he probably thought she was pregnant, but the whole time she wasn't. Maybe he was told if he's involved, right? So if I'm T Grizzley and I'm hearing this information, if I'm involved and I know who I told this to, then I...
Hey, yo, who don't want to be on camera, chat? Yo, who they hiding right here, man? You don't see nothing but forehead and up.
know they telling. I know they talking already. And it's not looking good at all. Now, the shooter is trying to get the cell phone tower evidence dismissed. The shooter is saying, yo, the phone is registered in somebody else's name. However, that number from that phone is a number that's known to him. It is a number that he's been using for like his probation officer, his family and friends. That's his number. But because the phone is registered in somebody else's name, he's trying to get it dismissed. It's not going. They're not dismissing it. The evidence stands. The driver who was in the vehicle when Jobina Brown was shot and killed, he testified that the shooting took place 45 seconds from when T Grizzley got out the vehicle. What that shows is T Grizzley was on that porch. That shows that there's a high likelihood that the shooters seen T Grizzley. Because from how the car is positioned in a picture of the house, if you're walking up to the back driver's side and you're opening it up, you can see over the car. Like you can see the porch from that angle, and you'll be able to see a 6'3", 350-pound T Grizzley.
Right.
You can't miss him. So if he was the target, you'll be able to see him. He was not the target. It doesn't make sense that he is the target. Now, someone who hopped on the phone with T Grizzley, someone who talked to T Grizzley after the incident and was told by T Grizzley what happened, I asked, yo, how did T Grizzley sound? Like, was he like emotional? The words that I was told verbatim, it felt like he was trying to fake emotions.
Damn.
It felt like he was trying to like kind of like draw up something. Like he was trying to sound like he was distraught.
Damn.
The person told me, bro, I can't really explain it, they said. It just felt like he was trying to like come across as if it was this and it was not. Sada Baby was also signed to Jobina Brown. Sada Baby was one of the people who came to identify her body. I believe it was Sada Baby and Jobina Brown's sister, if not her mother, who went to identify her body. And I was told that Sada Baby was distraught. He was effed up about this. I was told, but like Sada Baby was looking at T Grizzley a little crazy. The Sada Baby.
Wait a minute. So who is this lady to Sada Baby? Where the hell do Sada Baby come into play at? Like, who is this lady? Is Sada Baby kin to this lady? Somebody comment down below and get me hit.
Actually looked T Grizzley in his eyes and told him, hey, bruh, tell me you don't got nothing to do with this. That even Sada Baby wanted T Grizzley to know, hey, bruh, tell me you got nothing to do with this, man. And that T Grizzley gave his word to Sada Baby that he ain't had nothing to do with this. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Now, the next court day is tomorrow. I'm going to have people in the court day. I'm going to have people in the room. We're going to figure out more details about what's going on.
Damn, we're going to have people in the room, chat. That nigga don't play.
Is throwing T Grizzley under the bus. Now, right now, it don't feel like the shooter or the suspect is telling, because from their perspective, they believe the case is weak. Because once you throw out the cell phone evidence, at this point, it's kind of like, how do we put him at the location? So he hasn't really like fully told yet because they believe the case is weak and they can beat it. But once he's found guilty, once they put him right where he belongs,
damn,
man, it's over with, bro. It's done for,
man. That nigga
man.
gonna start talking.
It's over with. Now, I was told the family, Jobina Brown family, has been very suspicious of T Grizzley for a while. And when I was told why, they said, listen, The family has been suspicious of T Grizzly because he continued to hang with the people that the family believe is responsible for the aunt's death. If Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, is from 600, and T Grizzly groomsman in his wedding last year was Buka 600, the family is like, come on, man. We not born yesterday, yo.
Yeah, he just making it obvious at this point, man. And I don't want to believe it because, you know, I like his music and I like how he be streaming and stuff like that. I actually think he's a cool guy, man. But I hope it ain't true, y'all. All this is alleged so far, man. Innocent until proven guilty.
If the hit was for you, then why are you still hanging out with those people? So it's not just us. The family themselves is upset that T Grizzly is still hanging out with the people that are responsible for the death of their, aunt, daughter, niece, mother, wife, etc., etc. What I can say, man, is this started off as a simple conspiracy. This started off as y'all telling me, Flacco, oh, you reaching, Flacco. Oh, my God, you police, Flacco. Am I still police if this is true? Am I still police if this is true?
A little bit.
This ain't no street stuff.
Hey, a little bit.
If this is true, if a wife and a mother was killed and she wasn't in the streets, she wasn't no gangbanger, she wasn't none of that, is this still street stuff if she gets justice? Is it? Y'all got it backwards, homie. Y'all got it backwards, homie.
That's a good question,
This ain't
man.
no street stuff, homie. They weren't at war. If T Grizzly is involved, and I say if, this ain't no street stuff. They weren't at war. They weren't into it. They weren't beefing. Yo, to me, T Grizzly already showed from the very jump. He ain't got no morals. He ain't got no principles. You was effing on your uncle's wife or ex-wife. Because when you go to jail, like, bro, the uncle got sentenced to 9 years. He was 3 months into the sentence when Jobina Brown passed away. A 9-year sentence.
Nigga, dang.
Bro, that's your ex-wife at that point. But if T Grizzly was effing on the uncle's wife 3 months into his sentence, that's a man that ain't got no loyalty to nobody. And all he does is rap about backdooring. Nah, man. This is bro. Y'all let me.
Yo, man, goddamn. Another fucking banger, man. I need y'all to comment down below and let me know how y'all feel about this situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy shit, you know? Hopefully he got nothing to do with this situation. But I do need everybody to like and comment down below. We're going to be dropping more bangers on a daily, chat. So I need y'all hitting that sub button, that like button. Make sure you comment and share the motherfucking video, man. I'm out.